Welcome, seekers of peace, wanderers on the path of understanding. We gather here today not by chance but perhaps by a shared yearning, a quiet call from within to explore the depths of ancient wisdom. In a world that often rushes, that clamors for our attention with an unending stream of noise, there are moments when we must pause, breathe, and listen to the echoes of timeless truths. Today we embark on such a journey, a voyage into the heart of sacred texts, seeking solace and guidance. We invite you to set aside the burdens of the day, to find a comfortable space, and to open your heart and mind to the profound messages that await us. Today, we will explore some of the wisest verses from the Bible, words that have resonated through millennia, offering comfort, direction, and a deeper connection to the divine. These are not merely words on a page, but living principles, keys to unlocking a more meaningful existence. Accompanied by the serene, ever-present rhythm of ocean views, the vastness of the sea mirroring the boundless nature of wisdom itself, and enveloped by soothing music designed to calm the spirit and elevate the soul, we will delve into these sacred passages. Let the gentle lapping of waves and the harmonious melodies create a sanctuary for your mind, allowing these ancient words to wash over you, to permeate your being. Our exploration is an invitation to reflect, to ponder the significance of these teachings in our own lives. How can these ancient insights illuminate the challenges we face today? How can they guide our decisions, shape our character, and bring us closer to a sense of inner peace and purpose? The wisdom of the ages is not a relic of the past, but a vibrant, relevant force capable of transforming our present and shaping our future. It speaks to the core of our human experience, to our hopes, our fears, our search for meaning in this grand, mysterious tapestry of life. Join us as we navigate these profound waters. As we journey together through these selected verses, let us remember that wisdom is not simply an accumulation of knowledge, but the application of that knowledge with discernment, compassion, and humility. It is a journey of the heart as much as the mind. The ocean, in its immense power and tranquil beauty, serves as a powerful metaphor for this quest, sometimes turbulent, sometimes calm, but always leading to a deeper understanding of the currents that shape our lives. Let the rhythm of the tides guide our contemplation, and may the insights we uncover bring a renewed sense of serenity and clarity to your spirit. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. These words, simple yet profound, form the bedrock of a life lived in faith. What does it mean truly to trust with all your heart? It is not a partial commitment, not a tentative offering, but a complete surrender of one's deepest self to a higher power. It speaks of an unwavering confidence, a steadfast reliance that transcends doubt and fear. This kind of trust is not blind. Rather, it is a seeing with the eyes of the soul, recognizing a divine presence that undergirds all of existence, a benevolent force guiding the universe. It asks us to release our grip on our own anxieties and to place our ultimate security in something far greater and more enduring than our fleeting circumstances. This wholehearted trust is an active engagement, a conscious decision renewed each day, each moment. It involves more than mere intellectual assent. It is an emotional and spiritual anchoring. Imagine a ship in a vast ocean, not fighting against the currents, but aligning its sails to be guided by the prevailing winds, trusting the unseen hand that directs them. This is the nature of trusting with all your heart. It is an alignment of our will, our desires, our very being, with the divine will. It is a recognition that our limited perspective cannot encompass the entirety of the grand design, and so we choose to rely on the wisdom of the architect. To trust with all your heart is to cultivate an inner sanctuary of peace, a place where the storms of life may rage outside, but within, there is a profound calm. This is not an escape from reality, but a deeper engagement with it, fortified by the knowledge that we are not alone, that a loving presence walks with us. It is about finding strength not in our own finite resources, but in the infinite wellspring of divine support. This trust allows us to face uncertainty with courage, to navigate challenges with grace, and to find meaning even in moments of trial. It is the quiet assurance that ultimately, all will be well. This profound injunction challenges us to examine the recesses of our hearts. Where do we place our ultimate reliance? Is it in material possessions, in human accolades, in our own intellectual prowess? Or do we dare to venture into a deeper, more encompassing trust? The call is to offer every part of ourselves, our hopes, our fears, our joys, our sorrows, into the loving care of the divine. It is in this complete offering, this unreserved surrender, that we begin to experience the true freedom and security that such trust provides, a foundation unshakable by the shifting sands of worldly affairs. If any of you lacks wisdom, these opening words from the book of James carry a profound humility and an invitation to honest self-assessment. Who among us can claim to possess all wisdom, to navigate the complexities of life, without ever feeling a sense of uncertainty or a need for deeper insight? The admission of lack is not a sign of weakness, but rather the first crucial step towards acquiring true wisdom. It is an acknowledgement of our human condition, our inherent limitations in understanding the full scope of life's mysteries and challenges. This recognition opens a door, creating a space within us where divine guidance can enter and take root. To acknowledge a lack of wisdom is to embrace a posture of teachability. It means setting aside pride, that formidable barrier that often prevents us from seeking help or admitting our need for growth. The world often encourages us to project an image of constant competence and self-assurance, yet true strength lies in recognizing when our own resources are insufficient. This verse speaks directly to that quiet internal yearning for clarity, for discernment, for the ability to make choices that align with our deepest values and lead to positive outcomes. It validates the feeling that there must be more to understanding than what we currently possess. This lack is not a failing, but an opportunity. It is the fertile ground in which the seeds of divine wisdom can be sown. When we feel a deficiency in our understanding, when we are confronted by dilemmas that seem insurmountable by our own intellect, it is precisely then that we are most receptive to external aid. The verse does not condemn us for this lack. Instead, it offers a clear and compassionate pathway forward. It normalizes the human experience of needing guidance, suggesting that this need is universal, a common thread in the tapestry of our shared journey through life. Therefore, the initial step is introspection. We must pause and ask ourselves, where do I feel confused? Where do my decisions lead to unintended consequences? In what areas of my life do I yearn for greater clarity and insight? This honest appraisal is not meant to foster discouragement, but to cultivate a sincere desire for the very wisdom that is being offered. It is in this moment of acknowledged need, this humble recognition of our own insufficiency, that we become truly ready to receive the generous gift that the verse goes on to describe, a gift available to all who seek it. The ancient words speak of a fear of the Lord, a concept often misunderstood in our modern lexicon. This is not a cowering dread, nor a terror that shrinks the soul, but rather a profound, soul-stirring reverence, an overwhelming awe that acknowledges a power, a wisdom, a presence far greater than our own fleeting comprehension. It is the quiet hush that falls upon the human spirit when confronted with the magnificent tapestry of existence, the intricate dance of the cosmos and the undeniable, often unspoken sense of a guiding hand, an intelligent design. This fear is a recognition of our place within a grander scheme, a deep-seated humility that opens the door to something more, something eternal, something beyond the immediate grasp of our senses. This sacred awe, this reverent fear, is not meant to diminish us, to make us feel small or insignificant. On the contrary, its purpose is to elevate us, to lift our gaze from the mundane, the immediate, the often trivial concerns that can consume our days, and to beckon us to contemplate the infinite, the timeless. It is the fertile ground from which true inquiry springs, a deep-seated respect that transforms us into receptive pupils in the vast unending school of life. When we stand in this state of awe, our hearts and minds become open vessels, ready to receive insight, prepared to learn from a source that transcends our limited human perspective, a source that has witnessed the birth of stars and the silent, patient unfolding of millennia. Consider for a moment the other fears that so often grip the human heart. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment from our peers, the gnawing fear of the unknown, the deep ache of fearing loss. These are the fears that constrict, that can paralyze our initiative, that lead us down winding paths of anxiety and desperation, clouding our judgment and insidiously stealing our peace. But the fear of the Lord, as the scriptures describe it, is altogether different in its nature and its effect. It is an expansive fear, one that paradoxically liberates us from the tyranny of these lesser anxieties by anchoring our souls to something ultimate, something unshakable, something utterly dependable and true. It reorders our priorities, gently showing us what truly matters, what is genuinely worthy of our deepest respect and unwavering devotion. So, when these ancient writings declare this profound reverence as the beginning, they speak a truth that echoes through the ages. It is the foundational stone, the very first principle upon which the entire edifice of true knowledge is meticulously built. Without this initial posture of humility, this willing surrender in awe before the divine, our relentless pursuit of knowledge can become misguided, self-serving, or ultimately hollow, lacking the substance that nourishes the soul. It is the starting line of a lifelong journey, the essential first step that orients our inner compass towards true north, towards an understanding that enriches not just the mind, but the very core of our being, preparing us for the wisdom that inevitably follows such a beginning. The ancient preacher, known for his profound reflections, draws a compelling parallel. Wisdom is a shelter, as money is a shelter. Both wisdom and money offer refuge, protecting us from life's harsh elements. Money provides tangible security, shelter, food, and care. Wisdom offers an internal sanctuary, shielding us from poor judgment and emotional turmoil. The preacher validates both forms of shelter, urging us to understand their deeper values. He invites us to look beyond appearances and appreciate their lasting impact on our lives. The words from the book of Proverbs resonate across the centuries with an undeniable urgency. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. It is a clear imperative that demands our immediate attention. This call to get wisdom is a lifelong quest, defining a well-lived and purposeful life. It is the cornerstone of genuine purpose and enduring resilience. Seek this invaluable treasure before all else. Without it, other pursuits may lack true meaning. Wisdom must be actively sought and cultivated. It requires an open mind and a listening heart. Learn from sacred texts, nature, and shared experiences. This directive sets the tone for a life of transformative wisdom. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Colossians, offers a profound invitation. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly, not merely to visit, but to dwell, to make a home, to settle in. This message should reside richly, like a vast, unexplored ocean, teeming with life. It speaks of an abundance, a wealth of truth and grace that can transform us. It is a tapestry woven with threads of sacrificial love, boundless forgiveness, and unshakable hope. This message whispers of a different way to live, a kingdom of values often inverted from the world's clamor for power. To let this message dwell richly is to allow these transformative truths to inform our thoughts and guide our actions. This indwelling richness is meant to be a communal experience, a shared treasure that binds a people together. Like a diligent gardener tending a precious plant, we must nurture this message, allowing its current to reshape the landscape of our souls. The ancient book of Proverbs, a treasure trove of practical and spiritual insight, makes a clear and unambiguous declaration about the origin of true wisdom. It states with profound simplicity, "For the Lord gives wisdom." There is no equivocation here, no room for doubt. This is not a suggestion that wisdom can be found through divine assistance, but a definitive statement. God is the giver. Wisdom, in its most profound and life-altering sense, is presented not as a human construct, painstakingly assembled from earthly experience alone, but as a divine bestowal, a gift flowing from a source beyond ourselves. This understanding immediately elevates the pursuit of wisdom from a mere intellectual exercise to a spiritual quest, a seeking after something sacred. To contemplate the Lord as the giver of wisdom invites us to ponder the very nature of this divine source. What qualities reside within the giver that make him the ultimate wellspring of all true understanding? We glimpse an infinite mind, an intelligence that conceived the cosmos, that understands the intricate dance of galaxies and the subtle stirrings of the human heart. We perceive an eternal perspective, unbound by the limitations of time, capable of seeing the beginning from the end, the vast tapestry of existence in its entirety. This is not a wisdom limited by cultural bias or temporal understanding, but one that is timeless, universal, and absolute. It is from this inexhaustible reservoir that genuine wisdom flows. If wisdom is indeed a gift, a generous outpouring from the divine, then our posture in receiving it becomes paramount. One does not demand a gift, one accepts it with an open hand and a grateful heart. This implies a certain humility, a recognition of our own limitations, our own need for guidance beyond our finite capacities. It suggests an active seeking, not in the sense of earning or deserving, but in the sense of positioning ourselves to be receptive, like turning a satellite dish towards the heavens to catch a distant signal. It means quieting the internal noise of our own ego and expectations, creating a space within where this divine gift can be received and cherished, much like a parched desert landscape eagerly awaits the life-giving rain. The implications of this truth, that the Lord gives wisdom, are far-reaching. It frees us from the burden of believing that we must generate all wisdom from within our own fallible minds. It offers hope that even in our most perplexing moments, when human understanding fails us, there is a higher source to which we can turn. This wisdom, originating from God, carries with it a quality of purity, of unshakable truth, that human-derived knowledge, however brilliant, can rarely attain. It is like an anchor, dropped into the depths of eternal reality, holding us steady amidst the shifting currents of worldly opinion and fleeting trends, a steadfast point in the often turbulent ocean of life. In the culmination of his most renowned discourse, the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus offers a powerful metaphor, a parable that distills the essence of practical wisdom. He begins, "Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine," the therefore connects what follows to the profound teachings that have just been delivered. Teachings about blessedness, about inner righteousness, about love for enemies, about trust in God's provision. These words of mine, he says, are not mere suggestions or philosophical musings. They are presented as utterances of immense consequence, words that carry the weight of divine authority and the power to transform human existence. The initial act, the prerequisite for what follows, is to hear these words. And this hearing is far more than a simple auditory experience, more than sound waves vibrating the eardrum. It implies a deep attentiveness, a focused listening that seeks not just to register the sounds, but to absorb the meaning, to grapple with the implications. In a world saturated with noise, with countless voices clamoring for our attention, the challenge is to cultivate an inner stillness, a receptive silence where these particular words can resonate with clarity and power. It is to choose consciously which voices we allow to shape our understanding of life and its purpose. These words of mine, Jesus emphasizes, underscoring the unique source and authority of his teachings. He is not merely relaying wisdom from other human sages or traditions. He is speaking from his own intrinsic authority, as one who embodies the very wisdom he proclaims. These are words that delve into the heart of human motivation, that redefine success, that offer a radical vision of a life lived in harmony with divine principles. To truly hear them is to acknowledge their origin and to consider the profound claim they make upon our lives, like a master architect presenting the blueprints for a magnificent and enduring structure. The invitation is extended universally, everyone who hears. There are no preconditions, no elite qualifications required to be part of this audience. The call is open to all, regardless of background, status, or past failings. The potential for transformation, for building a life of enduring wisdom, is presented as accessible to anyone who is willing to engage with these words, to truly listen to their transformative message. This inclusivity speaks to the boundless grace inherent in the teachings, a grace that invites every soul to consider a different way of being, a path leading to unshakable stability and profound peace, much like an open harbor offering refuge to all ships. We journey now to the words of Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. How much better to get wisdom than gold, to get insight rather than silver. In a world often mesmerized by the glimmer of material wealth, by the tangible weight of gold and the cool sheen of silver, this ancient counsel calls us to a different kind of valuation. It beckons us to look beyond the surface, much like gazing out at the boundless ocean, whose true treasures lie not just in sunken chests, but in its immense power, its life-giving properties, and the profound sense of awe it instills within the human spirit. This verse asks us to consider what truly enriches our existence, what endures when fortunes fade. Gold and silver, for all their allure, are finite. They can be mined, hoarded, fought over, and lost. They represent a certain kind of power, a worldly security, yet they cannot purchase peace of mind, nor can they mend a fractured spirit or illuminate the path through life's deepest shadows. Wisdom, on the other hand, is an altogether different treasure. It is intangible, yet its effects are profoundly real. It grows with sharing, deepens with experience, and offers a resilience that no vault can provide. Like the ocean's horizon, it seems to stretch into infinity, always offering more to explore, more to understand, a boundless source of inner strength and serene clarity. Our societies, in their relentless pursuit of progress and prosperity, often equate success with material accumulation. The gleam of gold can be blinding, leading us to chase ephemeral status symbols, sometimes at the cost of our inner selves, our relationships, or even our integrity. Yet this ancient proverb stands as a timeless corrective, a gentle but firm reminder that the most valuable pursuits are those that cultivate the mind and spirit. The ocean, in its vastness, hides mysteries far greater than any pirate's loot. It holds the secrets of life's origins, the rhythms of the planet, lessons in power and tranquility. Wisdom, too, offers these deeper insights into the nature of our world and our place within it. The quest for wisdom is indeed a voyage, not unlike navigating the vast and sometimes unpredictable seas. It demands courage to leave familiar shores of thought, diligence to learn the currents of understanding, and patience to weather the storms of doubt or confusion. It is an investment not in perishable goods but in the enduring quality of our own being. The reward is not a chest heavy with coin, but a heart rich with understanding, a mind illuminated by insight, and a spirit anchored in a peace that surpasses all worldly riches. This is the superior treasure the proverb speaks of, a wealth that truly sustains. We turn now to the ancient book of Job, chapter 12, verse 12, which poses a profound question. Is not wisdom found among the aged? Does not long life bring understanding? These words invite us to consider the deep connection between the passage of time, the accumulation of experience, and the ripening of wisdom. The aged, those who have journeyed through many seasons of life, are often seen as living repositories of knowledge, their minds and hearts archives of human experience, much like the ancient ocean, which has witnessed the rise and fall of continents, the slow dance of evolution, and the passage of uncounted millennia. The elderly carry within them the echoes of bygone eras, the stories and lessons of generations. A long life, as the verse suggests, is a tapestry woven with countless threads of experience. It is a chronicle of triumphs celebrated and failures weathered, of joys embraced and sorrows endured, of love found and loss mourned. These myriad encounters with the raw, unfiltered realities of existence are the very soil from which understanding grows. Each year, like another layer of sediment on the ocean floor, adds depth and richness to their perspective. The lines etched on their faces are like the rings of an ancient tree, each one telling a story, each one a testament to survival, adaptation, and the enduring human spirit. They have seen the tides of fortune turn many times. There is an immeasurable value, then, in pausing to listen to the voices of our elders. In a world that often hurtles forward, fixated on the new and the next, we risk overlooking these living libraries, these keepers of communal memory and hard-won wisdom. They are our ancient mariners, who have navigated treacherous waters and discovered hidden coves of insight, who can share tales not just of distant lands but of the enduring landscapes of the human heart. Their narratives are not mere anecdotes, they are often parables, rich with the distilled wisdom of experience, offering guidance and perspective to those who are willing to receive it, much like a steady beacon guiding ships through the night. Yet contemporary society sometimes marginalizes the aged, mistaking physical frailty for a decline in relevance, or slower pace for a lack of contribution. The biblical perspective, however, urges us to look deeper, to recognize the profound intellectual and spiritual capital that resides within those who have lived long. Beneath the surface of advancing years, like the deep, powerful currents that move unseen beneath the ocean's choppy surface, flows a stream of wisdom, a profound understanding of life's complexities, its paradoxes, and its enduring truths. Accessing this wisdom requires only that we approach with respect, with open ears and an open heart. As our exploration of wisdom's depths draws to a close for now, like a ship returning to a tranquil harbor after a voyage across vast and thought-provoking seas, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through these timeless verses from the Bible, for dedicating your time to reflect with us on the serene and profound truths they offer. We hope that, much like the calming rhythm of ocean waves, these words have brought a measure of peace and a spark of inspiration to your spirit, reminding you of the enduring power of seeking understanding in a complex world. We encourage you now to carry these ancient words, these potent seeds of wisdom, with you as you navigate the currents of your daily life. Let them be an anchor in moments when the seas of circumstance grow turbulent, offering stability and a reminder of deeper truths. May they serve as guiding stars when you find yourself in uncharted waters, illuminating your path toward choices that bring not only success, but also profound inner peace and a sense of alignment with what truly matters. Like the deep, undisturbed waters of the vast ocean, may you find a resilient calm within you, nurtured by these reflections. If this journey through wisdom and serenity has resonated with you, if these insights have touched your heart or sparked a new perspective, we warmly invite you to like this video. Your appreciation helps these messages reach further, like a message in a bottle carried by ocean currents to distant shores. We also encourage you to share this experience with others, friends, family, or anyone you feel might find solace, inspiration, or a moment of peaceful contemplation within these words. By sharing, you help to extend the ripples of wisdom and serenity outward into the wider world. And finally, as we look towards future voyages of discovery, we extend a heartfelt invitation for you to subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll join our community for more content dedicated to exploring the profound depths of faith, the enduring quest for understanding, and the timeless search for meaning in our lives. Together, we can continue to navigate the vast ocean of knowledge, seeking out those pearls of wisdom that illuminate our path and enrich our human experience. Until we meet again on these shores of reflection, may your journey be filled with peace and insight.